The night sky over Earth looked normal at first, calm, silent, peaceful. Cities glowed with warm lights, people lived their normal lives, children slept, and the world moved as it always had. No one knew that everything was about to change forever. Thousands of miles above Earth, in the cold darkness of space, a gigantic alien ship slowly moved toward the planet. It was so large that it blocked the stars behind it. Its surface was covered with black metal plates, and strange blue energy pulsed across its body. The ship belonged to the Imperial Dominion, a powerful alien empire that had conquered hundreds of worlds. Their leader, High Commander Zalrith, believed humans were weak, emotional creatures, easy to control, easy to crush. Inside the command chamber, Zalrith stood tall, his alien armor shining under the blue lights. His face was sharp and cold, with glowing silver eyes that held no mercy. "Report," Zalrith ordered. An alien officer bowed. "Commander, we have entered the human system. Their defenses are primitive. They will not last long." Zalrith gave a thin, cruel smile. "Good, begin the preparation for testing. I want humans captured alive." He believed Earth would fall within minutes. He was wrong. A strange light in the sky back on Earth, in the city of New Avalon, a young radio operator named Maya Carson sat alone in a small communication center. The room was quiet except for the soft hum of machines. Maya was tired, sipping cold coffee, her eyes drooping. It was supposed to be an easy night shift, then everything changed. Her radio suddenly crackled with static. "SKKRRRHHHSS emergency," Maya frowned. She tapped the headphone. "Hello, this is New Avalon Communications. Who is this?" A voice screamed through the speaker. The sky is opening, run." Maya froze. "What, sir?" "Calm down, what is happening?" But the call ended in a burst of static. Before she could react, she heard shouting outside the building. People were gathering in the streets, pointing at the sky. Maya ran outside and looked up. A massive circular opening of blue light had formed in the sky. It wasn't lightning. It wasn't anything natural. The light expanded brighter and brighter until it covered half the sky, and inside that light a shape appeared, a ship, a huge ship. The alien empire had arrived. Panic spread instantly. People screamed, car alarms went off, birds scattered. Maya felt her heart pounding so hard she could barely breathe. Her hands shook. Is this real?" she whispered. As the ship descended, the ground vibrated. Buildings shook, windows rattled, and dogs barked wildly. Across the world, similar lights appeared. The Empire ships were positioning themselves over major cities. The first desperate call, Maya ran inside and grabbed her headset again. Calls were flooding the communication center. "Help, something is above the harbor. A giant craft, it's blocking the sun. Planes are falling from the sky, something shut them down." People were screaming, crying, begging for help. Maya tried to answer one call after another, but there were too many. Then her radio picked up a secure military signal one she had never heard before. "This is Captain Elias Ward of the United Earth Defense. We are under attack. I repeat, Earth is under." His message cut off. Maya swallowed hard. She felt alone, helpless, but she couldn't stop. She kept answering calls because she was the only one who could. But the more she heard, the more she realized something terrifying. Human technology was failing. Radios were dying, satellites went dark, phones stopped working. Only her old, outdated radio kept running. Suddenly, the emergency alarm in the center beeped loudly. A new signal appeared. It wasn't human. "Unknown transmission detected," the system flashed. Maya hesitated, then pressed play. A cold alien voice filled the room. "People of Earth, you will surrender. Resistance is useless. Your world now belongs to the Imperial Dominion." Maya's blood ran cold. The first strike without warning, a beam of energy shot down from the alien ship above New Avalon. It hit a power plant on the city's edge. The explosion lit up the night like a second sun. Shockwaves rippled across the ground, windows shattered, people fell to the floor. Maya stumbled, covering her head as the building trembled. More beams appeared over other cities, blue, white, red. Each one exploded in bright fireballs. Earth was burning. She grabbed her emergency bag and ran outside. Sirens wailed across the city. Buildings were on fire, smoke rising into the sky. She saw soldiers rushing through the streets, shouting orders. "Everyone get underground, move, move." Maya forced herself to breathe. She needed to help. She needed to warn people. She ran toward the soldiers. "What's happening?" she shouted. A soldier, face covered in dust, looked at her with fear in his eyes. "They're here," he said. "Aliens, real aliens, and they're not here to talk." A small group of survivors, the alien ship released small drones, fast. Metallic creatures shaped like floating blades. They scanned the streets, firing at anything that moved. People ducked behind cars, hiding in alleys. Maya ran toward a group of soldiers pinned behind a fallen statue. Among them was Sergeant Jonah Reeves, a tough-looking man with scars on his face. "We can't stay here," Jonah shouted. "The drones are scanning the area." Maya dropped beside them, gasping for air. "Is there any way to contact the Defense Command?" Jonah shook his head. "The Empire's tech is jamming everything. We're blind." Maya clenched her fists. "I can help. I have a radio that still works, a very old one, but it's working." Jonah stared at her, surprised. "You've got a working radio? That's impossible. It's old technology. Maybe that's why they can't jam it." Jonah nodded slowly. If you can broadcast a warning, you might save millions. Maya looked at the burning city, people running, drones hunting, ships above the clouds. I'll do it, she said, a dangerous plan. The soldiers guided Maya through the ruins. They moved carefully, hiding from drones and avoiding falling debris. They reached an abandoned subway tunnel. Inside, a group of survivors huddled in the darkness, elderly people, children, families. Maya's heart broke seeing their fear. Jonah placed a hand on her shoulder. You're our only hope right now. She took a deep breath and set up her radio equipment. Her hands trembled, but she kept working. Finally, she turned a small knob. The radio hummed. It was alive. She pressed the broadcast button. This is Maya Carson from New Avalon. Earth is under attack by an alien empire. All survivors seek underground shelters. If you can hear this, you are not alone. We are still here. We will fight. Her voice echoed through the tunnels. Jonah listened quietly. Good message, strong. But Maya wasn't done. She leaned closer to the microphone. And to the attackers, we are not weak. We will not surrender. Jonah's eyes widened, bold. Maya met his gaze. They think we are weak. They are wrong. The Empire takes notice. High Commander Zalrith sat in his command ship, watching the chaos on Earth. His officers reported the destruction with pride. Commander, most human cities are in panic. Their defenses are collapsing. Zalrith nodded, as expected. But then another officer approached, looking nervous. Commander, we detected a human broadcast. It went through our jamming system. Zalrith's eyes narrowed. Impossible. He listened to the broadcast, Maya's voice. We are not weak. We will not surrender. Zalrith's calm expression changed. For the first time, a hint of annoyance appeared. Find that signal, he ordered. Capture whoever sent it. The Empire was now hunting Maya. The attack on the tunnel. Back in the subway tunnel, people rested, soldiers guarded the entrance. And Maya waited nervously. The radio remained active, repeating her message every few minutes. Suddenly, a soldier ran inside. Drones are coming. They detected the signal. Jonah pulled Maya to her feet. We need to move now. The buzzing sound of alien drones filled the air. Blue lights flashed down the tunnel as the machines approached. The soldiers opened fire, bullets sparking off the metal drones. The air filled with noise and smoke. Drones fired energy blasts, hitting the tunnel walls. A blast hit close to Maya, knocking her down. Dust filled her lungs. She coughed, trying to see. Jonah grabbed her hand. Come on, they're targeting you. They ran through the tunnel as drones chased them. Survivors screamed. Some hid behind pillars. Others ran blindly into deeper darkness. Maya's heart pounded. Every step echoed loudly. She felt the heat of energy beams behind her. Then she heard a soldier shout, "Grenade!" A loud explosion shook the tunnel, giving them a moment to escape. Hope in the darkness. Jonah and Maya finally reached an old maintenance door. They pushed it open and entered a narrow passageway. The tunnel behind them collapsed as drones fired again. Maya fell to her knees, breathing hard. We survived. Jonah offered her a hand. Thanks to you, your message gave people hope. Maya looked up at him, eyes filled with determination. No, she said softly, this is just the beginning. If the Empire thinks we are weak, we need to prove them wrong. Jonah smiled for the first time. Then let's show them. Above them, the alien ship hovered like a giant predator, its lights cutting through the smoke-filled sky. The Empire believed humanity would break easily, but the first spark of resistance had already started, and that spark was about to become a fire. The abandoned maintenance tunnel was dark, cold, and silent except for the distant rumble of collapsing structures. Dust floated through the air like tiny ghosts. Maya leaned against the damp wall, breathing heavily. Her legs trembled from fear and exhaustion, but she refused to show weakness. Jonah stood watch beside the metal door they had come through, gripping his rifle tightly. He looked calm, but Maya could see the strain in his eyes. After a long moment, Jonah finally spoke. We can't stay here. Those drones won't stop searching. Maya nodded. Then where do we go? Jonah hesitated. There's somewhere, but it's risky. Everything is risky now, she replied. Jonah took a deep breath. Follow me. The path no one uses. The passageway was narrow and dark, smelling of old metal and rust. Their footsteps echoed sharply. Sometimes the ground shook from distant explosions. At one point, they passed a broken pipe leaking steam. Maya shivered. How do you know this place? Jonah gave a faint smile. Before I became a soldier, I was a maintenance worker here. I know these tunnels better than anyone. Maya raised an eyebrow. Maintenance to military, that's a big jump. Hard times make people change, he said quietly. They continued walking until they reached a rusted ladder leading up to a heavy metal hatch. Jonah climbed first, slowly turning the hatch handle. It creaked loudly, too loudly. He winced and pushed it open. He peeked outside. Clear, come up. Maya climbed after him and stepped into a dim, dusty storage room. Old crates and machinery filled the space. It looked like nobody had been here for years. Jonah locked the hatch behind them. This place is safe for now. A secret the Empire never expected. Maya sat on a crate, rubbing her sore legs. Jonah, why did they react so fast to my broadcast? Wouldn't they have bigger targets than one human with a radio? Jonah didn't answer at first. He walked to a crate, lifted the lid, and pulled out something wrapped in cloth. When he opened it, Maya gasped softly. A glowing device pulsed with blue light, humanoid in shape, made of metal plates that moved like breathing skin. What is that? She whispered. A prototype, Jonah said, something the public isn't supposed to know. He set the strange device gently on the ground. Maya stared, confused. Prototype of what? Jonah looked at her seriously. Humanity's secret weapon. Maya's eyes widened. Weapon? That thing looks alive. It's a fusion of human tech and something we found years ago in the Pacific, Jonah explained. Something not from Earth. Maya leaned forward. You found alien tech before this invasion? Yes, Jonah whispered, but our leaders kept it quiet. They thought it might give us an advantage one day. He kneeled beside the glowing device. This is called the Ascension Unit. It can upgrade a human's strength, speed, reaction time, even thinking. Maya's mouth fell open. Upgrade, you mean like enhancing humans? Jonah nodded, but it's unfinished, dangerous, no one has ever used it. Maya stared at the device, feeling a mix of fear and curiosity. Why show it to me? Jonah lowered his voice. Because your message reached the whole world. You gave millions of people hope, and the Empire noticed. They won't stop hunting you. We need someone they cannot capture or break. Maya shook her head quickly. No, Jonah, I'm not a soldier, I'm just a radio operator. Jonah stepped closer. But you're brave. You stayed at your post when everyone else ran. You saved lives with your message, and you're smart enough to use old tech the Empire couldn't jam. He looked deep into her eyes. You're exactly the kind of human the Empire fears. Maya felt her chest tighten. She didn't want to be a weapon. She didn't want to be special. She just wanted everyone to be safe. But the world was no longer normal. Meanwhile, in the Empire's flagship, High Commander Zalrith stood before a massive hologram displaying Earth. Red markers blinked over cities across the planet, destroyed, damaged, or under alien control. A communication officer approached him nervously. Commander, the human broadcast source vanished. Zalrith's eyes narrowed. Vanished? How? We believe she used underground tunnels to escape. Our drones lost her signal. Zalrith clenched his jaw. Humans hide like insects. Find her. She is interfering with our operation. Another officer stepped forward. Commander, there is more. We intercepted a weak energy spike from old infrastructure beneath the city. It matches unknown technology. Zalrith turned slowly. Unknown? Explain. We do not recognize it. It does not belong to the Empire. But it is not human either. Zalrith's eyes glowed brighter. So humans have been hiding something. He raised a bony hand. Deploy elite hunters. Capture the human female alive. Destroy everything else. The Empire was mobilizing its most dangerous units. The choice back in the storage room, Maya paced nervously. You want me to use that thing? Jonah, I don't even know what it does. Jonah sighed. It was built for war, but not this kind of war. It was built to defend humanity from something far worse. Maya stopped walking. What could be worse than this invasion? Jonah hesitated. We don't know, but if the Empire wins, we'll never get the chance to find out. He pointed to the Ascension Unit. This is our only chance. If the Empire steals it, all hope is gone. Maya stared at the glowing machine for a long moment. Fear, doubt, confusion. Her hands trembled. I didn't ask to be a hero, she whispered. Jonah replied softly. Heroes never ask. They held eye contact for a long moment. Finally, Maya exhaled slowly. Tell me how it works. Jonah nodded with relief. He knelt and activated the device. Blue light spread across the floor in a circular pattern. The plates on the machine shifted and unfolded like wings. It will merge with your body, he explained. Strengthen your muscles, sharpen your senses, expand your mind, but it will hurt a lot. And once it's done, you won't be the same. Maya's throat tightened. What if something goes wrong? Jonah's voice softened. Then I won't let you die, I promise. The promise of a soldier sounded almost like a prayer. The ascension begins. Maya stepped into the glowing circle. Her heart pounded, her stomach twisted. Jonah placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. You're doing this for everyone, remember that. She nodded. I'm ready. He pressed a button. The room filled with blinding blue light. The Ascension Unit rose into the air, spinning slowly. Metal tendrils extended, wrapping around Maya's arms, legs, and torso. They were warm, almost alive. Suddenly pain, white-hot electricity surged into her muscles. Her spine arched. She screamed but didn't fall. The machine held her up. Her vision blurred. Her heart raced, but amid the pain she felt something else. Strength, focus, power. The machine's energy flowed into her mind. She saw flashes, alien languages, star maps, Empire technology, human potential. Jonah watched helplessly. Come on, Maya, stay with me. The process reached its peak. The light turned white, intense, burning, then silence. The device powered down. Maya collapsed into Jonah's arms. He held her tightly, trembling. Maya, her eyes slowly opened. She stood up, calmer, steadier, stronger. Her voice was soft but different. I'm here. Jonah stared in awe. Maya, your eyes, they glowed faintly blue. The hunters arrive outside the building. The ground shook, thudding footsteps, heavy breathing, mechanical growls. Jonah looked toward the blocked door. They found us. Maya turned her head slightly, listening. No, she said calmly, not just drones, something bigger. Shadow figures appeared behind the cracked windows, tall, armored creatures with blade-like arms and glowing eyes. Empire elite hunters. Jonah raised his rifle. We can fight. Maya stepped forward. No, let me. Jonah blinked. You just went through the procedure. I'm not the same anymore, she said quietly. The door shook violently as the hunters struck it. Jonah backed away, eyes wide. Maya raised her hand. Blue energy flowed around her fingers, soft but powerful. The hunters slammed the door again. Maya whispered, "Let them come." The metal door shook again, harder this time. Dust fell from the ceiling. Shadows of the elite hunters moved on the other side, tall, skeletal shapes with thick armor and glowing red eyes. Their claws scraped the metal with an eerie, high-pitched sound. Jonah backed away, raising his rifle, though he knew it would barely slow the hunters. "Maya, they're too strong, we need to run." But Maya didn't move. She stood perfectly still, her breathing calm, her posture steady. Her eyes glowed faint blue, reflecting the light of the Ascension unit still pulsing behind her. "No," she whispered. "I feel them, their movements, their strength, they're not unstoppable." Jonah stared at her. "Maya, what did that machine do to you?" Maya didn't answer. Instead, she stepped toward the door, and the hunter struck one final time. Boom, the door flew off its hinges, smashing against the far wall in a burst of dust and metal fragments. 3 elite hunters entered, towering creatures with armor fused to their bodies, claws like blades, and breathing that sounded like machines sucking air through iron lungs. They stopped when they saw her, a small human, alone, the one the Empire wanted. The leader hunter stepped forward, scanning her with its red eyes. "Target identified," it growled in its deep, metallic voice. "Capture alive, eliminate all others." Jonah took aim. Maya gently placed a hand on his rifle, lowering it. "Let me try." Jonah trembled. "Maya, this is suicide." "No," she whispered. "This is the moment." A new instinct, the leader hunter charged forward, but in Maya's mind, time slowed. She saw the creature's steps, the angle of its attack, the weak points in its armor. She felt her muscles tighten in perfect rhythm. It was like another presence guided her movements, instinct mixed with knowledge she never had before. The hunter swung its blade-like arm at her head. Maya moved, not by thinking, by instinct. She ducked the strike and stepped to the side so fast that Jonah barely saw her move. The hunter let out a metallic snarl and slashed again. Maya grabbed the creature's arm mid-swing. Jonah's eyes widened. What the hell? The hunter's eyes flickered in confusion. No human should be able to stop its attack, but Maya held the arm tight, twisting it with a sudden burst of strength. Crack! The hunter roared as its armored limb snapped backward, before it could recover. Maya slammed her palm against the creature's chest. A burst of blue energy shot out. Boom! The hunter flew across the room, smashing into a metal container so hard that sparks burst from the wall. Jonah's jaw dropped. "Maya, that wasn't human." Maya exhaled slowly. "I know." The hunters adapt. The remaining 2 hunters attacked together, fast, silent, deadly. One leapt toward her, claws aimed at her throat. The other moved low, aiming for her legs. Maya reacted instantly. She bent backward under the first strike, feeling the blade pass inches from her face. Then she kicked off the ground, flipping in the air. Her foot hit the low hunter in the head. Thud, its armored skull cracked. The second hunter lunged again. Maya landed behind it, grabbed its shoulder, and swung it with inhuman strength. Slam! The hunter crashed into the first one. Both fell to the floor, growling, but these creatures were made for war. Their armor reattached itself. Their wounds glowed as nanobots repaired them. They rose again, stronger, smarter, ready. Maya's eyes narrowed. They adapt quickly. Jonah shouted from behind, then in the fight before they adapt again. The dance of power, the hunters spread out, moving like predators. They circled her, studying her, calculating. Maya dropped into a stance she had never learned, but her muscles knew it. The hunters attacked as one, claws slashing, blades swinging, metal screeching. Maya dodged with perfect precision, her body flowing like water. She blocked a strike with her forearm, sparks flew. She kicked another hunter in the chest, its armor dented inward. The fight was like a deadly dance, a dance she was born for or made for. Jonah watched with awe and fear. "This is not the woman I met in the tunnel." Maya moved faster, pushing the hunters backward. One hunter charged with a roar. She grabbed it by its neck and slammed it to the ground. Another swung at her from behind. Without looking, she spun and elbowed it in the face. Its mask cracked, revealing black skin underneath. The last hunter lunged with a blade arm aiming for her heart. Maya grabbed the blade midair. Her fingers glowed blue. She crushed the blade. Crunch. Jonah stepped back in disbelief. The hunters realized something they were not programmed to believe. They were losing to a human. The moment fear was born, the hunters retreated a step. Their glowing eyes flickered as new data processed. For the first time, they transmitted a warning signal to their command ship. Human threat level unknown, power exceeding predicted limits. Maya took a step forward, breathing hard but steady. "You invaded our world," she whispered. "You destroyed our cities. You hunted us like animals." Her eyes glowed brighter. "You thought we were weak." She raised her hand. Blue energy gathered in her palm, shining brighter and brighter. The hunters charged to stop her, too late. Maya released the energy. Boom! A shockwave exploded from her hand, blasting the hunters backward. Their armor tore apart. Their bodies slammed into the walls, leaving deep cracks. Their glowing eyes flickered and finally dimmed. Silence filled the room. Jonah lowered his rifle slowly. "Maya, you just killed elite hunters." Maya took a long breath, then another. Sweat rolled down her forehead. "I didn't want to kill them," she said softly. "But what choice did they give us?" Jonah approached carefully. "Are you okay?" Maya nodded. "The power is strong, too strong, but I'm still me." Jonah looked at the crushed hunters, then at Maya. The Empire will come in force now. They'll see this as a threat. Maya turned to him, eyes glowing. Good, let them come. Meanwhile, on the Empire flagship, High Commander Zalrith watched the battle feed from the hunters. His silver eyes widened as he replayed the footage. A human small, fragile, breaking a hunter's arm, throwing one across the room, crushing a blade, releasing energy and winning. Zalrith's calm voice trembled with rage. What is this? His officers stood silent. One finally spoke. Commander, we miscalculated the humans. One of them has evolved, changed. Another added nervously, she fought like one of the ancient species, like something beyond human. Zalrith slammed his fist on the table. No human can reach that level. But the fact was recorded on every screen. The Empire had found, for the first time, a human they feared. The Empire changes its strategy. Zalrith paced the room, furious. We underestimated them. That ends now. He turned to his generals. Prepare the Obsidian Warriors, deploy the Planet Breaker cannons, and locate the human enhancement source. The generals swallowed. Shall we capture the enhanced human alive? Zalrith's eyes burned like fire. No, kill her. A new purpose. Back in the storage room, Maya stood over the fallen hunters. Jonah approached her carefully. You need rest. The process must have drained you. Maya shook her head. There's no time for rest. The Empire will attack harder now. Jonah nodded. Then we should move. Reinforcements are coming. Maya looked at the Ascension unit still glowing faintly behind her. This device, it changes everything. She placed her hand on it. And if we can make more like me, humanity has a chance. Jonah's eyes lit with hope. You want to share the tech? Yes, Maya whispered. We'll build an army they never expected. The ground shook as something massive moved above them. Maya turned toward the sound, sensing danger in the air. The Empire is coming, she said calmly. And this time I'll be ready. She looked at Jonah, her eyes glowing brighter. Let's show them what humans can become. More mystery, more world building, more fear, more humanity rising. The destroyed bodies of the elite hunters lay motionless on the cracked floor. Their glowing red eyes had faded to black. Metal fragments from their armor still smoked. The room smelled of burned circuits and dust. Maya stared at the wreckage, her breathing steady but heavy. Jonah placed a hand on her shoulder. That was unbelievable. Maya didn't respond. She wasn't proud. She wasn't afraid. She was thinking. She felt the power moving inside her like a silent storm, energy she didn't fully understand yet. We need answers, she finally said. Jonah nodded. Answers to what? Maya turned her glowing eyes toward the ceiling. Why the Empire wants Earth so badly, why they fear us, why they sent hunters for one human. Jonah frowned. Maybe they're just afraid of what you can become. No, Maya said. It's something older, deeper. A transmission from the shadows. The Ascension unit pulsed again, sending a small spark of blue light into the air. Suddenly, Maya's mind filled with a faint noise, static, whispers, a signal buried inside her thoughts. She stumbled slightly. Jonah caught her. What is it? He asked. Maya pressed her fingers against her temples. There's a transmission, she whispered, coming from orbit, but not the Empire, something else. Jonah's eyes widened. Something else. The signal grew sharper, ancient, cold, heavy. A mechanical voice echoed inside her skull. Human, enhanced human. Listen. Maya felt a shiver run down her spine. Jonah saw her expression change. What's happening? The Ascension unit is connecting to something, an old system in space. The voice continued. Your planet was chosen long ago, Maya gasped. Chosen, the voice repeated. A threat rises. The Empire knows. They silence worlds to protect themselves. Jonah stared. What threat? Maya shook her head. It isn't clear, but it's something far worse than the Empire. The transmission cut suddenly. Maya held the wall, breathing heavily. Jonah grabbed her arms. Maya, sit, you're trembling. She shook her head. I'm not trembling from fear. I'm trembling because whatever spoke to me was not human and not Empire. Jonah swallowed hard. Then what? Maya whispered. Something older than both. The lost archives. Jonah led Maya deeper into the abandoned structure. They finally reached a hidden stairway leading down into an old bunker sealed for decades. The public never knew this place existed, Jonah explained. It was sealed after the first alien scanning event years ago. Maya looked at him sharply. Years ago, how many? Jonah hesitated. 12 years, Maya repeated. The government kept alien contact a secret this long. Jonah kicked open the dusty metal door. Not contact, something worse. Inside the bunker were old computer systems, dusty consoles, and boxes filled with old recorded tapes. Faded symbols were painted on the walls, maps of space, unusual patterns, and warnings. Maya read one symbol out loud. The dark star signal detected nearby. Jonah nodded. This bunker belonged to Project Sentinel. They studied strange signals from deep space. Maya walked to a console and brushed off the dust. These consoles still have power. Barely, Jonah said, but enough to show you something. He pressed a button. The screen blinked alive with flickering text. Project Sentinel event file #01 classified, extinction level warning. Maya's breath caught. Jonah opened the file. The video was grainy, showing scientists around a large hologram of a star field. One scientist spoke in a shaky voice. We detected a pattern in the deep space void, something moving, something consuming stars. Entire systems vanish overnight. Another scientist appeared. The Empire knows about it. They silence every planet that discovers the signal to prevent panic. Maya's eyes widened. So the Empire attacked us because we were close to discovering this thing. Jonah nodded slowly. The Empire fears it. They don't want humanity involved. Maya clenched her fists. What is it? The video screen glitched. The star map zoomed into a black region of space. A shape moved in the darkness, a massive shifting shadow with glowing points like eyes. The scientist whispered, "It is not life as we know it. It devours suns, and it is coming toward this sector." The video ended with static. Maya stepped back, her heart pounding. "Something eats stars and it's coming here." Jonah nodded grimly. "We believe so." Maya closed her eyes. "And the Empire is trying to stop us from preparing." "Exactly," Jonah whispered. "They think humans will attract it or become a part of it. They don't trust us." Maya breathed deeply. "Then humanity must become stronger fast. The Empire unleashes its true army above Earth." High Commander Zalrith stood in his war chamber, observing the new battlefield changes. His mood was dark. "Show me the enhanced human again." Hologram popped up. Maya fighting the hunters. Her energy blast, her strength, her speed. Zalrith's jaw tightened. "She is a danger, more than the Empire has seen before." One officer spoke. "Commander, the Star Eaters move closer to this galaxy. If humans discover them." Zalrith raised a hand. "I know." Another officer asked carefully. "Should we retreat then, sir, if the Star Devourer is real?" Zalrith hissed. "The Empire never retreats. We crush all who stand in our way." He turned to the control panel. "Activate the Obsidian Warriors." The entire ship rumbled. Huge tanks opened, releasing massive armored soldiers twice the size of the hunters, coated in black metal that absorbed light. Their weapons hummed with unstable energy. The officer trembled. "Commander, the Obsidian Warriors were banned. They are unstable, violent." Zalrith slammed him to the floor with telekinetic force. "We are fighting a human who should not exist. Do you want the Empire to fall?" The officer choked, unable to breathe. Zalrith's eyes glowed red. "Deploy them." The Obsidian Warriors marched toward the landing ships. Earth would now face something far worse than hunters. The message Maya sends. Maya sat before an old console, hands trembling slightly from the overwhelming truth she had just learned. Jonah touched her arm gently. "Are you sure you want to send a global broadcast?" "Yes," Maya said firmly. "Humanity deserves to know the truth." She took a deep breath and pressed the microphone button. Her voice echoed across the remaining frequencies the Empire hadn't blocked. "This is Maya Carson. If you hear this, you are not alone. Earth is fighting back." She paused. "And there is something the Empire doesn't want us to know, something coming through space, something that destroys stars." People across Earth listened, soldiers, scientists, civilians hiding underground, leaders in war rooms. "Empire fears this creature, and they fear us. They want us silent, but we will not be silent." Her voice became stronger. "We are human, we adapt, we rise, we fight, and we will prepare for the real threat together." Jonah stared proudly at her. "You just told the whole world the biggest secret ever kept." Maya nodded. "Now the world knows why we must fight." The ground shook suddenly. The bunker shook violently. Dust fell from the ceiling. Old computers toppled. Lights flickered. Jonah grabbed his rifle. "They found us." Maya closed her eyes and felt the vibrations. Her voice dropped. "No, not hunters this time." She opened her eyes, glowing blue. "It's something bigger." The ground cracked. The wall behind them buckled. Something punched through the concrete with a massive black fist. An Obsidian Warrior stepped into the bunker. 8 feet tall, eyes glowing white-hot, armor like jagged stone, a roar like 1,000 machines. Jonah whispered, "Oh no, they sent the banned units." The Obsidian Warrior turned its head toward Maya. Its jaw opened unnaturally wide. "Target located." Maya's heartbeat slowed. She whispered softly, "Jonah, get behind me." Jonah stepped back. The Obsidian Warrior swung its massive arm downward. Maya raised her glowing hands. Blue energy burst out. Boom, stone met light, power met fury. The shockwave was so strong it shattered the computers, blue dust everywhere, and sent Jonah flying backward. When the dust settled, the Obsidian Warrior was still standing, barely scratched. Maya's eyes widened. That should have destroyed it. The warrior straightened. Its eyes glowed brighter. New data, human-enhanced, threat level increased. Maya realized the horrible truth. The hunters were only scouts. These creatures were the real army. She stood tall, wiping dirt from her face. "Fine," she said quietly. "Let's see how strong you really are." The warrior roared. The fight for humanity's survival had truly begun. The Obsidian Warrior towered over Maya, its jagged black armor absorbing every bit of light in the bunker. It was built for destruction, massive shoulders, thick legs, arms like steel beams, and 2 glowing white eyes that burned with cold intelligence. Jonah pushed himself up from the floor, coughing from the dust. "Maya, don't fight it. Obsidian Warriors are unstoppable." Maya didn't answer. She couldn't afford to. Her entire focus was on the creature in front of her. The warrior's voice boomed like a machine god. "Enhanced human detected. Orders updated. Kill on sight." Maya stepped forward. "Come try." The clash of giants. The warrior struck first, fast, far faster than its size suggested. Its massive arm swung toward Maya like a falling building. Maya leapt sideways, the blow smashing the concrete floor where she had stood. The entire bunker trembled, dust fell like rain. Jonah shouted, "Use the pillars, don't take a direct hit." Maya sprinted behind one of the thick support pillars. The warrior punched it clean through, turning it to rubble. Chunks of stone flew everywhere. Maya rolled and dodged again. Her movements were fluid, instinctive, guided by the Ascension unit's strange energy. The warrior grabbed a huge chunk of wall and hurled it at her. Maya raised her arm. Blue energy exploded from her palm, shattering the stone midair. Jonah shielded his face. "Maya, you're pushing your limits." "I have no limits," she whispered and charged. A power the Empire never predicted. Maya rushed toward the warrior. Its hand swung, she ducked. Its foot stomped. She leapt. She moved like lightning, too fast for normal eyes. As she closed the distance, she jumped high, placing her hands on the warrior's chest. Blue veins of energy spread from her palms across the monster's armor. The warrior convulsed. But then its armor shifted. Absorbing her energy, Maya gasped. "What?" Jonah shouted. "Their armor feeds on power. The stronger you hit them, the stronger they get." The warrior stood tall again, its chest glowing brighter. Human energy absorbed, additional combat strength gained. Maya's stomach dropped. "So my energy makes it stronger." The warrior took one heavy step toward her, another. The ground cracked. Maya backed away. She was powerful, but if she used too much energy, she would only feed the monster. She whispered to herself. "Think, Maya, not just power, strategy." A human trick. The warrior swung again. Maya barely dodged. She looked around the bunker, a maze of old machines, crates, wires, and metal beams. Then she saw it. Old high-voltage conduits running across the ceiling. She ran toward them. Jonah saw her direction. "Maya, the power lines." "I know." The warrior followed, smashing through desks and equipment. Maya jumped onto a metal beam, climbing fast. The warrior swiped at her, but she stayed just out of reach. She reached the conduit and kicked it hard. Sparks exploded. Electricity flickered. She ripped the cable free. It sparked wildly like a living whip. The warrior reached up. Maya swung the cable down. Electricity poured into the warrior's chest. But the armored giant didn't collapse. Instead, it absorbed the energy. Its eyes flared brighter. Additional power absorbed. Combat level rising. Jonah cursed. "It's getting stronger." Maya landed on the ground, breathing hard. "I know," she said. "I needed it stronger." Jonah blinked. "What?" The warrior stepped forward, energy radiating off its armor like heat waves. Maya backed against the far wall. "Come on, big guy, follow me." The trap. The warrior charged at full speed. Maya sprinted toward the old generator room deeper in the bunker. She reached the doorway and ducked inside. The warrior smashed through the thick concrete wall, straight into the generator chamber. But Maya wasn't inside anymore. She had slipped out the side door. The warrior found itself alone in a room filled with ancient fuel barrels and sparking wires. Maya jumped onto the side stairwell. Jonah ran to her. "What did you do?" "Just wait." The warrior roared, looking around for her. It stepped forward onto a cracked fuel pipe. The moment the pipe broke, F-woom. A massive explosion rocked the entire bunker. Fire burst outward, engulfing the warrior in a storm of flames and metal. Jonah shielded his face from the heat. Maya watched silently, eyes narrow. The fire died down. Smoke filled the air. The obsidian warrior lay on the ground, its armor blackened and melted. Maya whispered, "Not so unstoppable now." But then the warrior twitched. Jonah's eyes widened. "Maya, look." The warrior's hand moved. Its glowing eyes flickered back on. It slowly rose again, armor burned but still functional. Damage minimal, regeneration beginning. Maya's face tightened. "So it survives explosions." Jonah stepped back. "We can't beat it, we need to run." The warrior took a step forward. Maya whispered, calm but certain, "No, we can beat it." Strength without power. Maya closed her eyes, feeling the energy inside her. She realized now the problem. She relied too much on the Ascension energy. But humans had something more powerful than energy. Strategy, instinct, emotion, determination. She opened her eyes. Jonah, distracted. "What? Trust me." Jonah nodded and fired his rifle at the warrior. The bullets didn't harm it, but they annoyed it. The warrior turned to Jonah. "Perfect." Maya sprinted forward at full speed. No energy, no glowing hands, no blasts, just strength. She slid under the warrior's legs, leapt up, and grabbed its back where the armor plates connected. She jammed her fingers into the cracks. Her enhanced muscles tightened. She pulled hard. Metal groaned, then cracked. The back armor tore open. The warrior roared in agony. Inside the hole was a core, glowing white-hot, pulsing with alien power. Maya grabbed it with both hands. It burned her skin, but she held on. Her voice was low and furious. "You wanted to kill humanity." She pulled harder. "You wanted to destroy Earth. The core flickered, and you called us weak." With a final scream, she tore the core free. Boom! White energy exploded inside the warrior's body. The giant collapsed, shaking the entire bunker. Smoke filled the room. Maya stumbled backward, burned and exhausted, but she stood tall. Jonah rushed her. "Maya, you're hurt." "I'm fine," she said, breathing hard. "Humans heal." Jonah stared at her in awe. "You just took down an obsidian warrior alone." Maya wiped blood from her cheek. That was one. Jonah froze. What do you mean one? Maya pointed upward. The ground trembled again. Far above them, multiple impacts landed across the city like meteors. Jonah's eyes widened. They're dropping more of them. Maya clenched her fists. Let them drop. Her eyes glowed bright blue. We're done hiding. The world wakes up across Earth. Maya's earlier message played on repeat. Earth is fighting back. The Empire fears something coming. We must prepare. We must unite. People heard her voice, children hiding in basements, soldiers preparing weapons, scientists in hidden labs, pilots in underground hangars, citizens who refused to give up. Humanity wasn't afraid anymore. They were angry, awake, ready. Maya had become more than a survivor. She had become a symbol, and symbols were dangerous. The Empire reacts on the flagship. High Commander Zalrith stared at new reports. Obsidian warrior destroyed, human broadcast spreading, resistance forming, more ascension signals detected. Zalrith's face twisted in rage. Humans are evolving, he hissed. This was not supposed to happen. He turned toward the star map. In the distance, a dark shape moved, huge, ancient, hungry. The Star Reader, Zalrith whispered, if humans unite with ancient power, we are finished. He clenched his fists. Full-scale invasion begins now. Maya's new mission back in the bunker. Maya watched the new impacts hitting the city above. Jonah, she said quietly, we need a team. We can't do this alone. Jonah nodded. Then we find the resistance, scientists, soldiers, anyone who will fight. And we need more ascension units, Maya said, more enhanced humans. Jonah looked at her. Are you sure humanity is ready for that? Maya turned toward the shattered bunker entrance. Her glowing eyes reflected the fires above. We have no choice. She stepped into the smoke, prepared to lead Earth's counterattack. Because the Empire thinks humans are weak, she smirked. They're about to learn how wrong they are. Smoke rose from the shattered city above like long black fingers reaching toward the sky. Maya and Jonah climbed out of the damaged bunker into a world forever changed, burning buildings, broken roads, and alien machines crawling across the ruins like metal insects. The wind carried the smell of ash and electricity. Jonah took a slow breath. The Empire hit every major city. They want to crush our spirit. Maya's eyes glowed faint blue in the smoke. Then they'll see our spirit cannot be crushed. They moved carefully through the debris. Maya walked with silent confidence now, not the scared woman from the first invasion. She felt stronger, sharper, almost connected to something beyond herself. As they approached the ruined streets, Maya stopped suddenly and held her hand up. Someone's here. Jonah froze. Enemy? No, Maya whispered. Humans, the survivors who refused to die from behind a collapsed bus. Several figures stepped out, a man in a torn military uniform, a woman holding a makeshift spear. Two teenagers carrying backpacks and tools, a medic with blood on his coat. They all stared at Maya. Their eyes widened when they saw her glowing pupils. The soldier stepped forward cautiously. Are you one of them? Maya shook her head. No, I'm human. The medic stepped closer. But your eyes, I'm enhanced, she said simply. By a human device, not alien. The soldier's expression changed slowly from fear to hope. My name is Captain Rylan Hale. We've been holding this sector for hours, barely. Who are you? Maya Carson, she said softly. This is Jonah Reeves. Jonah nodded, and we're starting something new. The captain tightened his grip on his rifle. A resistance. Maya shook her head. No, something stronger. The new mission. The survivors gathered around her. Maya spoke clearly, her voice steady. The Empire fears something coming from deep space, something older than them. They want to wipe us out before we discover it. The survivors listened silently. And now they're sending more obsidian warriors, stronger, faster, smarter. We can't fight them with normal weapons. Captain Rylan glanced at Maya. You fought one. I killed one, Maya said. Shock rippled through the group. One of the teenagers whispered, a single human killed an obsidian warrior. Maya nodded, with help and strategy. Captain Rylan stared at her glowing eyes. What do you need from us? Maya looked around. I'm building a team, not just soldiers, anyone who can fight, learn, build, or survive. Jonah added. We have a prototype device that can make more enhanced humans, but we need scientists and engineers to understand it. The medic stepped forward. I used to work in a government research lab, biology and neural studies. I can help. The teenage boy raised a tool belt. I fix machines, anything, even alien tech. The girl beside him nodded, and I design drones, small ones, fast. Captain Rylan smirked. And you already have a soldier. Maya looked at all of them. You're more than that now, she said softly. You're the start of something new. She raised her hand toward the ruined horizon. The first human strike team. The Empire begins to break far above Earth. High Commander Zalrith stood in front of a holographic projection showing Maya's latest broadcast spreading across the world. An officer ran up. Commander, human resistance groups are forming everywhere. They are organizing faster than expected. Another officer added, more strange signals from the surface, similar energy to the enhanced human. It appears her message is triggering something. Zalrith's silver eyes narrowed. She's becoming a symbol. The officer swallowed. Yes, Commander, symbols were dangerous. Symbols united people. Zalrith spoke coldly. Symbols must be destroyed. But even as he said the words, alarms sounded inside the Empire flagship. Warning, unknown gravitational disturbance detected. Warning, deep space anomaly approaching sector. The officers paled. Zalrith turned sharply. Show me. The star map zoomed out past Earth, past the solar system. A massive dark cloud drifted between the stars, consuming light. A star flickered inside it, then vanished. The room went silent. One officer whispered, trembling, "The star reader." Zalrith gripped the edge of the console. "We are running out of time. Training the untrained back on Earth." Maya led the survivors to a hidden underground parking structure. It was cracked, cold, and full of dust, but it was a safe place to begin. Captain Ryland crossed his arms. "So what now?" Maya turned to the teenager with tools. "What's your name?" "Tyler," the boy said. "And you?" Meyer asked the girl. "Leah," she replied. "Good, you two fix and modify every piece of alien tech we bring in, drones, weapons, armor, anything." The two nodded excitedly. Maya looked at the medic. "Dr. Keller, we need a lab, a small one enough to study the Ascension unit." Keller nodded. "We'll need equipment, tools, medical supplies. I'll make a list." Jonah pointed to Captain Ryland. "And you, we need fighters." Ryland cracked his knuckles. "I can train anyone to survive." Maya looked at them all. "I need something else from each of you." They stared at her, waiting. Courage, hope, unity. The Empire thinks humans are weak. They think we break easily. They think fear destroys us. She stepped closer. "But humans do something no Empire understands." Her eyes glowed brighter. "We adapt." Maya's abilities grow as the new team started working. Maya walked alone to the edge of the structure, looking at the ruined city. She lifted her hand and watched faint blue energy flow from her fingertips like strands of light. She could feel more inside her: speed, strength, healing, perception. But there was something else too, a voice, a whisper deep in her mind, not human, not Empire, something ancient. "You have awakened, child of Earth." Maya stiffened. "Who are you?" "A watcher, a survivor of the past. The Ascension unit connected you to us." "Why?" she asked. "Because the real war is not with the Empire." Maya clenched her fists. "Then who?" "Silence, then the one that devours light." "The Star Reader." Maya opened her eyes. She looked at the sky. Where smoke still rose, the Empire was only the beginning. A signal in the ruins. Captain Ryland ran toward her. "Maya, we found something." He led her to a cracked police station across the street. In the basement, Tyler and Leah pointed to a strange alien device half buried under rubble. "It was sending a signal," Tyler said. "Strong one." Maya touched the device. Her mind flooded with alien code, coordinates, orders, maps. She gasped. "It's a locator. For humans with high potential." Jonah frowned. "So they're hunting people who could become like you." "Exactly," Maya whispered, "and they're still tracking them right now." She checked the map. Hundreds of red dots across Earth. Jonah swallowed. "That many? And growing." Maya said. "We're not rare, we're many." Captain Ryland stepped forward. "Then we have to reach them before the Empire does." Maya nodded. "This becomes our mission. We find the chosen humans. We protect them. We grow our strength." Her eyes glowed intensely. "We build humanity's army. The Empire strikes back wrongly." On the Empire flagship, Zalrith studied a hologram of Earth. He watched red dots, humans with potential, spread across the globe. "Unacceptable," he said. He raised his hand. "Deploy planetary purifiers." The officers froze. "Commander, those weapons will kill millions." Zalrith's cold eyes narrowed. "Then millions will die." The order was carried out. But as the purifier ships descended toward Earth, something unexpected happened. Every purifier malfunctioned mid-flight. Fire burst from their engines. Alarms blared across the Empire fleet. "Error, unknown interference detected." "Error, command override." "Error, system blocked." Zalrith growled. "What is this?" Another officer shouted. "Sir, the enhanced humans broadcast her energy. She's interfering with our systems." Zalrith slammed his fist. "This human is destabilizing the entire invasion." The Empire no longer saw humanity as weak. They saw humanity as dangerous. The strike team forms back underground. Maya studied maps and plans with her new team. Captain Ryland looked at her. "We need a name, something people can rally behind." Tyler suggested the Lightborn. Leah said the New Dawn. Jonah smiled. "What about the Earth Ascendants?" Maya looked up. "No." She stepped forward. Her voice calm but strong. "We are humans, and we rise." She lifted her chin. "We are the first strike team of Earth." Everyone nodded. Maya placed her hand on the table. "Tomorrow we go out there and hit the Empire first. We take their tech. We rescue our people. We build our army." Her eyes gleamed. "Because we are done surviving. We fight now." The smoke from the ruined city drifted across the early morning sky like black waves as the sun rose. Its light struggled to push through the dust. Maya stood on top of a collapsed mall rooftop with Jonah, Captain Ryland, and the rest of their small team. They weren't an army yet, but they were something more powerful, a beginning. Maya took a slow breath. The morning air tasted of ash and metal. Below them, alien patrols marched through the streets. Drones hummed like metallic insects. The ruins felt alive with danger. Captain Ryland scanned the area with binoculars. The Empire tightened their patrols. They're scared. Jonah smirked. "Good, they should be." Maya's glowing eyes studied the pattern of the alien movements. "They're not scared, they're confused. Something is wrong in their command." And she was right. The Empire is cracking inside the orbiting flagship of the Imperial Dominion. High Commander Zalrith walked through the war chamber with a heavy, furious step. Alarms blared, screens flashed red, engineers panicked. Officers shouted reports over each other. One general approached him terrified. "Commander, more systems are failing, our energy network is collapsing, our ships in Sector 7B are falling out of formation." Another added, "Elite hunters stopped receiving commands, the Obsidian warriors are acting independent." Zalrith grabbed the officer by the throat. "Explain this now." The officer choked. "Yes, sir, the enhanced human's energy is disrupting our neural network. Every time she fights, our systems weaken." Zalrith threw him aside. "A single human is breaking the Empire? Impossible." But the proof was everywhere. Drone fleets glitching, communication delays, Obsidian warriors losing control, purifier ships crashing, ground patrols reporting strange interference. The Empire wasn't just losing battles, it was falling apart from the inside. Back on Earth, planning the first strike, Maya climbed down from the destroyed rooftop and gathered her team inside an old fire station that served as their temporary base. Tyler and Leah had set up a workshop with alien scrap and human tools mixed together. Dr. Keller was building a small lab in the back. Rylan paced near the entrance while Jonah guarded the doors. Maya pulled up a hologram from the alien locator device she had taken earlier. "This," she said, pointing at the map, "is the key." The map showed an alien command ship positioned above their city, one of several across the planet. Jonah frowned. "That ship coordinates all patrols in this region." Captain Rylan nodded. "If we take it down, we break their control." Leah's eyes lit up. "And if we take their power core, we can build more Ascension tech." Tyler grinned. "So we're stealing a starship?" Maya gave a small smile. "We're not stealing it, we're taking it." Rylan raised an eyebrow. "How many of us?" Maya looked around. "7, Jonah coughed. "We're attacking an alien command ship with 7 people. Maya nodded calmly. "Yes." Jonah rubbed his face. "We're insane." Maya stepped closer, her tone steady. "If we don't hit them first, more humans will die. The Empire will keep hunting potential enhanced candidates. We need their tech, we need their ship, we need to show them what humanity can do." The room fell silent. Then Captain Ryland smirked. "I've done crazier missions, let's do it." The first human strike team moves before sunset. Maya led her small strike team through the ruins of the city. They moved through shadows, ducking under fallen bridges, hiding behind crushed vehicles, and slipping through alleyways filled with alien debris. Dr. Keller whispered, "Do we have a plan?" "Yes," Maya said. "We go up." He blinked. "Go up how?" Maya pointed to an alien transport pad on a crashed scout ship ahead. Its energy still flickered. "If we repair that," she said, "we can teleport directly onto the command ship." Leah grinned. "I love teleporting." Tyler examined the machine. "It'll take time. You have 5 minutes," Maya said. Tyler choked. 5. Maya leaned closer. "We don't have more." As Tyler and Leah scrambled to repair the pad, Maya stood guard with Jonah and Rylan. Alien drones hovered in the distance. Obsidian shadows moved between ruined skyscrapers. The city was alive with danger, but Maya felt calm, strangely calm, like the world around her slowed whenever she focused. The Ascension unit was evolving inside her, repairing the impossible. Tyler wiped sweat from his forehead as he worked. "This alien wiring is insane." Leah handed him tools. "Focus, we're almost there." Jonah watched them nervously. "How long until a patrol finds us?" Rylan scanned the streets. "Not long." Maya tilted her head suddenly. She could hear something, movement, clicking, heavy footsteps. "Drones," she said softly, "coming fast." Tyler yelled, "Wait, don't distract me." Maya stepped forward and raised her hands. Blue light shimmered softly. Jonah whispered, "Maya, are you sure you can fight without feeding their armor again?" Maya nodded. "I won't use too much energy. I'll use something new." Jonah blinked. "New?" Maya smiled slightly. "You'll see." The first unique ability, drones, swarmed into view, sharp, fast, glowing red like angry insects. Maya stepped in front and then she closed her eyes. A wave of blue light pulsed outward from her body, soft, quiet, gentle. The drones slowed, their lights flickered, their movements jerked. Jonah gasped. "You're interacting with them?" Maya concentrated. She wasn't attacking them, she was interrupting their signals. She could feel their programming, touch their code. "Influence it," she whispered. "Sleep." The drones stopped midair, every single one, then they fell to the ground like dead machines. Tyler and Leah froze in shock. "Done," Tyler shouted. "The pad is ready." Maya opened her eyes. The drones instantly reactivated, but too late. "Move," Maya commanded. They all stepped onto the teleport pad. Alien beams burst toward them, the pad activated, and the world turned into blue light. Inside the Empire command ship, the team reappeared inside a dark, metallic corridor with glowing veins across the walls. Leah whispered, "We're inside." Tyler swallowed hard. "This place is huge." Rylan raised his rifle. "Stay close, follow Maya." Maya moved forward, feeling the ship's energy. The walls vibrated with alien data, the air hummed. She could hear voices in her mind, Empire communication signals flickering through her enhanced senses. And something else, something old. Something deep, a whisper. You walk inside the enemy, but do not fear them. Maya stopped. Jonah touched her arm. You okay? Maya nodded. Something is guiding me. Rylan frowned. Something or someone. Maya didn't answer. They reached a chamber filled with glowing blue crystals. Dr. Keller gasped. That's their neural core. If we take this, Maya's eyes widened. No, everyone froze. Why? Jonah whispered. Maya stepped closer, her voice trembling. Because it's alive. They stared at her. She pointed at the crystal. Listen, they listened, and faintly they heard a voice, a whisper, a cry, not alien, not human, something else, something ancient. Tyler whispered, horrified, they're using a living brain to power the ship. Dr. Keller swallowed. But what kind of brain? Maya stepped closer, her eyes glowed brighter. She placed her hand on the crystal. Suddenly her mind exploded with visions, stars collapsing, worlds burning, a shadow swallowing light. The Star Reader's hunger spreading and the Empire running. The Empire wasn't conquering, the Empire was escaping. She pulled her hand back in shock. Jonah grabbed her shoulders. Maya, what did you see? Maya whispered, the Empire didn't come to destroy us. They came because something is coming. Everyone stared. What is coming? Rylan asked. Maya looked at them, her voice trembling. An ancient devourer, a being that eats suns, and the Empire is terrified of it. The room fell silent. Then the ship shook violently. An alarm blared in alien language. Tyler panicked. They know we're here, Rylan shouted. Maya, what do we do? Maya turned around slowly, her expression fierce and clear. We take the ship. Jonah blinked. Take it how? Maya smiled. With this. She placed her hand on the neural crystal again. Blue light spread, the ship screamed, the entire structure trembled, and Maya whispered, obey your new commander.